So it's about 6:30 a.m. and this is what I have been in the habit of recently is sneaking out of bed early, making myself a little pre-coffee. This is a mushroom coffee. It's really delicious. And coming outside and just getting whatever work done I can before my daughter wakes up. We co-sleep, which there are pros and cons to. The con being that it can be a bit of a challenge to wake up before your baby, especially because I can't just set an alarm that will also wake her up. So I try to go to bed reasonably early. I'm usually in bed around 8:30, 8:45, and I'll just read until I fall asleep. And then my body has been naturally waking up around 6 or 6:30. And then I have to kind of slowly slide away from the snuggles. But the pro of co-sleeping, at least when it comes to doing a little bit of work before your baby gets up, is that if she stirs, my husband is in there and he'll snuggle her, and sometimes that'll soothe her for a while. So sometimes she'll sleep in until 8, but we'll see how much time we get. I have this little baby monitor here, and when it's time, Carson will say, "Mama." So we'll be listening for that. I have been thinking a lot recently about work-life balance and what that means, and if that's possible, especially when you have really young kids, and specifically for me as a small business owner. So if you're new around here, I have my own fitness app and I'm the only one behind the scenes. It will not continue running if I don't show up. That has been a big balancing act for the past year. My daughter just turned 1. So I just decided that I'm going to take you along for a couple days in my life, and we are going to explore this topic together because I know a lot of you following are also moms. My daughter goes to daycare Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so those are my work days, and then I am with her Tuesday and Thursday, which I ultimately really love. I feel like it's a nice balance. How many times am I going to say that word in this video? Today is Thursday. I'll get a little bit of work done right now, hopefully, and then potentially later on during her nap time, we'll see. But otherwise, you're just going to come along for a day in the life of me and my 1-year-old. And then tomorrow, I'll show you what a real work day in the life is like.
Alright, reminder that there's gonna be a treatment. And he's not gonna be here this evening. And say bye-bye, Dada. Can I give you a big hug goodbye? Ooh! Really good day. I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Dada.
loud noise. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, Mama needs to do all of these dishes. Because we had breakfast, and now we have to clean these dishes and put them in here. All right, we have had a lot of really big feelings this morning. Sometimes it happens, but we are going to go to story time at our local library, so hopefully that'll cheer everyone up. The clock on the wall. We are back outside. Murphy is napping. Got her on the monitor right here. I was able to make myself some lunch, which is like a huge plus because she is just not a napper. She has never been a napper. And so I truly sometimes only have like 25 minutes. Although recently she has been really surprising me and sometimes sleeping for like an hour and a half. So we'll see if we get lucky. This really doesn't look very appetizing at all, but I'm really excited about it. It's leftovers from a couple nights ago. It's rice. And then we have this like Swiss chard chickpea bacon melange, and then I made some scrambled eggs to go on top because that's like my favorite lunch is leftovers with eggs on top. We had so much fun at our baby story time. This is something we've been doing every week for like 6 or 7 months at this point, but Murphy loves being around other babies. It's so cute, and I really love being able to be around other moms. If you're a mom, you know, just that village support can be so helpful, both from a practical perspective. Like when I have questions, I can always ask other moms, like, what are y'all doing when it comes to X, Y, and Z? But also just being around other people who really know what it is that you're going through can just be so calming on like a deep nervous system level. So we love our class. Something that was so tough for me for the first 6 months of Murphy's life was transitioning from being in mom mode to being in work mode, and then from being in work mode to being in mom mode, especially around these times when she's napping or when I'm up in the morning before her and I'm in the middle of work and I don't get to be in control of when I step out of work mode and go back into mom mode. It just depends on when she wakes up. If she would abruptly pull me out of work by simply waking up and being a baby that needs her mom, that was so triggering. And I would spend the first 15 to 20 minutes that I was with her getting myself all worked up and stressed out and not being present with her because I was busy thinking about stupid stuff like, oh, I didn't get to check this off, or oh, I didn't get to finish this one last thing. And this certainly had an impact on her as well. It's amazing how much our babies can sense our energy. And then at some point around the 6-month mark, I just made this decision that I was tired of doing that. I was tired of feeling that way. I challenged myself. I basically just said, what happens if when she cries, she wakes up and she needs you, you just stop, drop, and roll? Like, it doesn't matter what's going on with work. It's just work. Whenever you're done being a mom and it's time to work again, you'll find your way back into it. It's okay. And this has been so freeing. It's such a simple thing, but I feel like, especially if you're like me, I was slash still sort of am, but I was very type A, set in my ways, very schedule oriented. I keep track of everything. I love lists. I love a schedule. It has been very freeing for me to shed some of that energy and just go with the flow a little bit more. It has impacted so much more than just transitioning from work to mom mode. I mean, it is in every moment of my day as a mom now. It's just not worth it to feel so uptight all of the time. So I have no idea if I have 30 seconds or an hour and a half right now. I'm just going to enjoy my lunch in silence. I feel like that's kind of what my brain and body needs right now. And if I finish lunch and she's still asleep, then I'll get my computer, bring it out here, and pick back up where I left off with work earlier this morning. Oh, jeez. All done. Yeah. Oh, all done. Mama. Yeah, baby. So gentle, yeah? Where's Murphy? Where'd she go? Peekaboo! Here. Boop. All right, we are back in the car. We're gonna go to FedEx. We're also gonna go to the farmer's market to pick up our CSA box. We'll probably go to the playground, back out for the afternoon. Okay, so this is our favorite day during the summertime. On Thursdays, we get to pick up our CSA box. If you don't know what a CSA is, it stands for Community Supported Agriculture. Basically, you pay for your vegetables at the beginning of the year, and then you get a weekly vegetable pickup throughout the summer. The whole idea is that you pay the farmer at the beginning of the growing season so that they can be supported throughout the whole year, not just when the vegetables are in their prime. So it's always an exciting treat to see what we've got inside. On Thursdays, I always love to just pick a couple of vegetables out of this box and cook them in their most basic form so they can really be celebrated because they are so delicious. Wow. Okay, what do we got? Looks like we have some lettuce, some Swiss chard, what is this? This is basil? I think it's like Thai basil maybe. Yeah. Yum. A beautiful tomato. We've got some chives, carrots, and then the email said these are garlics, a combo of garlic and leek. So that's exciting. We also opted for a little fresh cheese add-on. So we're getting cheese every week. It is so delicious. This Swiss chard looks so beautiful, but of course I had Swiss chard in my lunch. So I think I'm gonna just do like a little veggie mix. I'll use these carrots, the garlics. I have some ground pork as well. Throw some of this gorgeous tomato in and maybe over orzo. And of course, we're gonna whip open this cheese because we gotta have that right now. That is so good. Oh, wow. Look at that. So good. I mean, how gorgeous are these little baby carrots? Okay, so I totally forgot when I decided to start filming this morning that Carson is actually not here tonight. He has an event in Brooklyn, which is like an hour and a half drive for us. He's there right now, and then he's just going to sleep over with friends afterwards. So he also won't be here tomorrow morning. I made a few alterations to the dinner plan because, firstly, I didn't want Carson to miss out on this big, beautiful tomato. But secondly, I realized that we had a couple of things from last week that still needed to be used up, like bok choy and mushrooms. So I went ahead and incorporated those into the dinner. It's so funny eating with a baby because you're just sitting there in silence together. Like she does a little gibberish here and there. We're making funny faces and stuff, but ultimately we're just like staring at each other. But she was in such a good mood, so we had a really good time. Then we took a shower together. I honestly have just been opting for the group shower so much recently because we don't have an actual bathtub. We just have this small little plastic thing that we bought. And now that she's basically walking, she just tries to climb out of it constantly. It's honestly just so much easier to shower together, and it's like a nice way to regulate and wind down together. And then I put her down and I came back out here and I've just been kind of like cleaning up, doing the dishes, and it's somehow already 8:40. So I've got some dark chocolate that I'm going to finish enjoying, and then I'm just going to head right back in and read my book and go to bed. Unfortunately, without Carson here, I'm probably not going to be able to get up early to do work before Murphy wakes, just because when I've done that in the past and he's not in the bed, she just wakes right up. But it's all good because tomorrow is a work day. We'll have our little morning together, and then I'll take her to daycare, and then we'll get to work and I'll bring you along. Alrighty, I'll see you in the morning. See those eggs? They're gonna I definitely could have snuck out this morning and done a little bit of work, but I just decided to stay and snooze and snuggle with my little babe. And I was so glad that I did, because as she slowly woke up and saw that I was laying next to her, she was just so happy and excited. It was so sweet. We had a great morning together, and now I just came back from dropping her off at daycare, which I don't normally do. Carson normally drops her off on the way to work, but he's not here. So anyways, transitioning back into work mode is also not an easy task at all. It's just such a different headspace. I've gotten into the habit of coming straight upstairs to get my workout in very first thing during my workday after I say goodbye to Murphy. I just find that movement and breath work are a great way to help me drop into my body and feel really good and grounded and clear-headed as I move into my workday. So let's get it going. Hello and welcome back to the playground for lower body build. Aside from weights, you will need a chair or couch. So my next 4-week program within my fitness app actually launches on Monday. All the videos are done, they're edited, they are up on the site and scheduled, ready to launch. Today is all about the final little details. I need to make a calendar, make all the thumbnails, make a bunch of different images that show up in the app and on the web browser. All sorts of little things that don't really require a lot of brain power, but do need to get done today. I am also working as an expert source for an article for The Bump. If you don't know what The Bump is, it's a website and an app app for pregnancy and postpartum. So I'm just serving as an expert source. Someone else is actually writing this piece, but it's about stretching in pregnancy and what stretches we can do to help our bodies during pregnancy. So that requires a little bit more brain power. So I think I'll start with that. It's just like 3 or 4 questions. It'll be quick and easy, and then get into all the finalization work. We're gonna try to do that all before lunch. I'm making coffee right now, and I'm also gonna go ahead and grab a granola bar. It's like 10:30, so we'll see what we can get done before lunch. Okay, it is time for some lunch. I didn't quite finish what I had planned on finishing this morning, primarily because I spent a lot of time on my responses for the bump article, but I feel really proud of what I put together for that, so it's all good. I can just finish the rest of the things that need to get done for this 4-week program this afternoon. It should just take me probably 45 more minutes, and then I'm gonna work on editing for a YouTube video actually after that. I think the big thing that I've understood from a distance for a while, but I'm in a phase right now where I'm really truly feeling it and understanding it on a deep level, is that you never reach balance. Balance is something that's always in flex. Things are always changing. There have been plenty of times, and will continue to be plenty of times, I'm sure, where my daughter just requires more of me and more of my energy when she's teething, when she's sick, if she's going through something developmentally. And when we're in one of those phases, work might take a little bit of a back seat. And that's okay, because the thing I really always want to remember is that my family is the #1 priority. I love my job and I love my work, and I do have to do a good amount of work in order to keep the business running, but I never want it to run my life, and I never want it to interfere with my relationship with my daughter or with Carson. And I feel like my increasing ability to just let go, especially during these seasons when my daughter requires more of me, has really helped me realize that the gripping isn't helping me accomplish more work. I'm not actually getting anything more done. It's just fueling more stress and anxiety and tension in my body. And I don't want that. I want to be a relaxed, grounded, calming mother and human being. I feel like having a nice little ritual around the transitions, whether that ritual is working out or just stopping everything that I'm doing and taking a deep breath and then giving my daughter a big hug. Just being mindful around the transitions has been helpful. And otherwise, just embracing softness. I'm in a season of softness. I feel like softness is just the ultimate key to this whole work-life balance, but also just enjoying motherhood and enjoying life. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this vlog up here. I hope you've enjoyed spending a couple of days with me. Wishing you the best, and until next time.